Hi everyone, my name is Eduarda. Actually, I go by Audrey. I had an abortion and I'm here to tell you that I regret having my abortion. For many years, I was in denial. I believed that what I had done was the right thing to do based on the circumstances. The choice the choice had been made and there was nothing I could do about it except to go out about my life. But that didn't happen. Over the years, I suffered from post-abortion trauma and I didn't even know it. Today, I want women to know that we deserve the truth about what happens to us after having an abortion. I feel that not only do we deserve the truth, we should demand the truth. I'm here today because I believe that people should know what the negative consequences are of having an abortion. I also believe women should know what happens to them physically, psychologically, and emotionally after having an abortion. I had no idea what I was going to happen to me after. All I know is that I wasn't told the truth. I had to find out the truth the hard way. I was lied by the doctors and pressured by my boyfriend to the point that I felt I didn't have any other choice. I didn't know when I had the abortion that I was taking a life. The doctor told me that it was a blob like a blood cloth. It was not formed and yet therefore it was not alive. I was convinced by the doctor and by my boyfriend that after having it removed it would be like nothing had ever happened, but that wasn't true. My life was never the same afterwards. At first I was relieved. I was young and didn't think I was ready to have a child. I was told that this was confidential and that no one had to know about my pregnancy or abortion. At the time, it sounded like a great idea, so it became my secret. But the relief did not last too long. In less than a week, I started to feel depressed. I had anxiety. I started to lose self-esteem. I didn't think that I was good enough to be loved or that anyone could ever love me. I sure didn't love myself. And worst of all, I felt betrayed by the doctor and by my boyfriend who told me that after the abortion I could go on with my life like I was never pregnant. Less than a month later, I had so many cramps I thought I was going to die. Re- Remembering rolling on the bed with pain, I didn't know what to do. Since then, I found out that sometimes that could happen to women. The doctor never warned me about the risks or the consequences I would suffer from the abortion. After having the abortion, I knew I had made a terrible mistake. I could feel it in my heart, in my soul, and in my being. I felt empty, like if something was taken away from me, and there was, my child. I had feelings of helplessness, and I cried a lot without knowing why. I felt isolated because I could not talk to anyone about what I had done. I was angry at my boyfriend for getting me pregnant and convincing me to have an abortion because it was the right thing to do. The right thing for whom? It sure wasn't the right thing for me. I felt hatred towards him and I wished I had never met him. I felt ashamed and afraid of my family and friends finding out what I had done by getting pregnant or even having the abortion. I also felt sad and guilty and tried to commit suicide more than once. Not that I really wanted to die, I just wanted the pain to go away. After the abortion, I never thought I could have children again, and I didn't. I was really terrified and felt lonely. I thought I would much rather die than feel the way I was feeling. Little did I know, it was just the beginning of my suffering. What seemed to be the only choice at the time was not the right choice at all. Later, I also found out women who have abortions are at high risk of having breast cancer. They may not be able to conceive as easily and are at high risk of miscarriages like I did. Of course, I felt guilty after having a miscarriage. I thought I was being punished for what I have done. I had an abortion out of fear and out of shame. I can tell you if I had only known what I was going to suffer, I would have never had an abortion. All the shame and fear in the world does not compare to all the suffering that I went through and I'm still going through. My ongoing my ongoing pain is what I have is for not being able to have children or any grandchildren of my own. And when I was 21, that didn't seem important, but it sure is important now. I didn't want to shame my family or disappoint them, and therefore I chose to have an abortion. I know that my pregnancy would have been an issue at the time, but now I know that my family would have forgiven me having a child and not been married and probably even forgotten. But I will never forget what I had done, even stop wondering what my life would have been if my child was born. My child would have been 20 years this month, and I named her Christine. I still wonder why a child that is a result of miscarriage, family and friends refer to it as losing a baby. And yet humanity of a child is denial because she died through abortion. Reality is that taking a life through abortion is just as much as a loss as a miscarriage. The only difference is someone kills your child instead of it dying. With my miscarriage, I had a chance to grieve the loss of my child, but with the abortion, I was denied the opportunity to grieve because it was not considered a child, and yet I felt like part of me had died. Over the years, I had many nightmares about children drowning, and I could not save them. I know it was my guilty conscience playing tricks on me. Sometime last year, I had a dream of my daughter. I told her that I loved her and I was so sorry for what I had done. She told me that she had forgiven me a long time ago and that she was happy. After many years, I was able to forgive myself for having an abortion, and I also found help and forgiveness through the church, counseling, and second chance ministries. If there is anyone here considering having an abortion, please reconsider it. What seems to be the only choice might not be the right choice at all. And after you make that choice, it might be too late. And for those who had an abortion and are suffering from it and don't even know it, there's help. You can call the 1-800-395-HELP or contact Second Chance Ministries, Father Vince or Angelina. Thank you very much.